Hey everyone, what's going on? Here is Jedi Jester and I can't explain to you how excited we are to bring our first FC24 tutorial on our channel. Thanks to EA's invitation, we were able to take a look at the game early on, and today we are revealing you the new skill moves, how and where to execute them, and give you a clear idea if they are going to be useful or are only just for the show. So let's start with our first move, which is the ball roll drag. With this 4-star skill move, you roll the ball towards your other foot, drag it back, and then push towards the intended side. The animation takes a while, but if you use it in the correct spot, you will bust your opponent effectively. To be able to execute this move, you simply need to hold on to the L1, LB button and flick the right analog stick first towards your player's frontal side and then either towards his left or right. Remember, this skill move will push the ball 90 degrees towards his side. That means you have to make sure that there is no opposition player present at the ending point of the move. If there is one, you will probably lose the ball. So one good trick about this skill is to make your opponent commit towards your running lane and then change the direction by using this move. Let's see how. In this example, I have free space in front of me and can run wild. My opponent desperately needs to catch me, and I know he will put all of his effort to run towards my running lane. Therefore, I know that I will use the ball roll drag when the opportunity rises. So I wait for him to finally overcommit towards the running lane, suddenly change the ball's direction 90 degrees towards the side, and score an easy goal. This skill move is one of the good ones to create good passing and shooting opportunities, and I think we will see a lot more of this in this year's game. Seems really cool. Let's move on to our second 4-star skill move, the drag back turn. The animation first seems like the player is about to perform a normal drag back, but then quickly turns and pushes the ball backwards. The input is again very easy. Hold on to your L2, LT button and hold the right analog stick towards your player's back. Like previously mentioned, it is similar to the normal drag back, but a lot more quicker than that. With an agile player, you can use this move to start an explosive run into the open space, for example in the wing. The only condition is that there is no defender behind you directly. If you try to use it, then you will hit the defensive wall. However, if you see just a moment where the defender is approaching you from the side and not from the behind, you can use this quick move and take him out of the picture. In this position, I turn back around as if I will completely give up on the wing and pass the ball back to my teammate, therefore bait the defender a bit towards my player's side, which leaves the wing wide open again. So I use the drag back turn to quickly turn back around, and here you see an agile player exploding with a sprint and create so much space for his teammates just because one simple move busted out his defender and gave him the acceleration. Learning the new features like these and mastering them will be exciting this year. As the guide team, we will be offering much more content in detail on our learning application, the Guide Plus, throughout our FC24 journey. In the Guide Plus, you can find in-depth tutorials, structured courses, and track your progress on the topics you mostly struggle with. Our interactive quizzes will keep you up to date anytime. If you're interested in a perfect head start in FC24 and become a top player, make sure to check the links in the description, join the 7-day free trial, and see what the next level learning experience offers by yourself. 3 years ago, nutmegs were introduced and they were quite the meta back then. However, they lost their effectiveness in the following games, which led to the point that EA had to rework on them. With players with 4-star skill moves, you can now execute Flair Nutmegs in different directions with different animations. To be able to use this skill move, hold on to your both L1 R1 or LB RB buttons and flick the right analog stick towards the direction you want to exit the move. Similar to the ball roll drag, this skill move has an ending point, but the difference is you have direction options more than 2. Just make sure again that there is no defender at the ending point. Trying out all the variations, I find the side nutmeg the most efficient one because it changes the ball direction so rapidly in the blink of an eye. One good thing about the nutmegs is that they also feel very responsive off the ball. By that I mean you can use them just before the ball arrives at your feet. While the ball is traveling, before my player touches the ball, I execute the side nutmeg here to bust my opponent out, who was indeed very confident about me going forward and conceded the goal because of that. A very killer skill move. I saved the most fancy skill move for the last part because this skill move can only be done with players with 5-star skill moves and looks really amazing. Is it going to be useful though? Let's find out. But first let's see how to execute it. While holding onto your L1 LB button, flick the right analog stick towards your player's back and then towards forward. This will hit the ball first towards the ground and lift the ball up high. Even if I find this move very fancy, it is very hard to use and is very situational. Since you hit the ball to the ground and lift it towards forward, you will completely lose the ball's control for a while, and if the opponent keeps his distance a bit away from you, he will get the upper hand. With the cross marker up on the field, you can have a clear idea where the ball is going to land, so if the opponent is somewhere near there and plays safe, don't use this move. However, if he has the tendency to run at you and rush a tackle, be our guest and feel free to use it. Against this kind of a defensive behavior, this move can become really busting and take the opponent out of the picture, which can lead to a goal scoring opportunity. It feels like I'm going to give you a spoiler about the upcoming videos, but it is what it is. Volleys and headers feel too strong right now, and I'm pretty confident with them. This skill move lifts the ball forward, so it's a pretty decent tool for me to prepare a volley. So I check my opponent's defensive tendency, see that he's trying to get too close, execute the Flair Rainbow to lift the ball towards forward, and since he switched to the closest defender too late, I was able to go for a volley, which ends up with a magnificent goal. I love it. So that was it for all the new skill moves. I must say, we all have a lot of things to learn about the new game, and this is a very good start to understand it and its meta. We always appreciate your feedback, and again, we'll do our best to bring you the most educational and helpful content. If you don't want to miss any of our videos, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until the next one, take care and peace.